this was St. Paul talking to Timothy. He said, in case I tarry, in case I stay long, all these things I'm telling you is so that you will know how people are supposed to behave, to conduct themselves in the house of the living God, which is the church. And they should also note that the church is the pillar and the foundation of the truth. You know, most times people comes up and says that the Bible said in the presence of God there is one fullness of joy, and then there is liberty. So they tend to do anyhow they feel like. They tend to behave anyhow they feel like. Listen, that the Bible said in the presence of God there is fullness of joy and there is liberty does not mean that we should behave anyhow. There is always a mode of conduct. Are we together now? There is a way we ought to behave whenever we come into the house of the Lord. We don't need to behave unruly in the house of the Lord. There are certain activities that are not supposed to be found in the house of the Lord. There are some characters that are not supposed to be found in the house of the Lord. It is not everything that goes around and comes around that is supposed to be done in the house of the Lord, that they may know how they should conduct themselves in the house of the Lord. You don't talk anyhow when you come to the church. You don't act anyhow when you come to the church. You don't sit anyhow when you come to the church. You don't behave anyhow when you come to the church. You have to know that you are in the presence of the living God. You are in his house. You don't need to act unruly in his before. Who goes in the presence or to the presence of the king and starts misbehaving?